So we're sitting there then on the curb, and I'm just thinking the whole time, like, what the fuck did I do? What could it be? So I'm trying to be as polite as possible. The first thing that I tell the officer, I was like, hey officer, honestly, I'm a stand-up citizen. I'm also a United States Marine, and I'm interested in applying for a law enforcement, trying to become a cop. If you look underneath the driver's seat, I have 2 papers of applications for the Burbank Police Department and the Glendale Police Department. And I just want to let you know that I don't think that I'm a violent criminal or anything, and if you can, please let me know what your system pulled up and what I had as a warrant. So I just to let them know that I'm not a crazy ass thug, so please don't fucking stick your nightstick up my ass.
Yeah, that's a great strategy though, cause like after you applied to being a cop, I saw how strenuous like the application process was, cause it takes months. They do crazy background check. They look at your high school, they talk to your babysitter, they go around the neighborhood in which you grew up, they contact, like, they go to literally door to door talking to your neighbors, like asking about you. So
especially the most renowned
smart.
Police departments too, the
Very
more
smart.
renowned ones. And so after that, I was trying to like speak his language. You know, cops are very like, it's like, yes sir, no sir, you know, please sit down. You know, it's like, it's very orderly. So I try to speak in his language to let him know I'm one of your people. If you can let me know what kind of information that you have, you know, that'd be great. So he goes and he goes, just wait here. I'm like, okay, motherfucker. So I'm sitting on the curb. I can't really talk to her. She can't talk to me. And I'm like, God damn, this is the worst day in the world. He goes, he looks in, and he goes, I did find her police department application. And then he searches around, and he didn't find anything, of course, because all I have in my truck at the time was probably some Marine Corps paraphernalia because of all the training that I have to do every month. He comes back to me and he goes, honestly, you seem like a good guy, but on my system, it doesn't tell me what your warrant is out for. It just gives me a code. And since this code belongs to another city, I don't know what this code is deciphered in another city. Because in his city, if it's like 180.25 or whatever, it could mean like burglary. But in another city, it could mean something else. And it was in the city. And I was like, well, can you tell me what city it was in? And he goes, it's in the city of El Monte. And I'm like, El Monte, holy shit, that's where I grew up with my dad. And I'm like, fuck, I lived there when I was around 15 till when I was about 18. So I was like, fuck, that is the time.
When you were shady.
When I was shady. But I'm like, you know what? But none of I just lived on El Monte, and all the shady shit I did was all around it. So I'm like, what the fuck could this be? And he goes, you know what? I'm gonna have to take you in, and we're gonna have to take you to the city jail. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you know what, sir? I mean, if that's what your job and that's what the protocol is, go ahead and take me in.
Like if you had a choice.
I didn't have a
all right, officer. All right, I'll comply this time.
But I also didn't want to be that typical dude that you see on the news, like, fuck that, what the fuck did I do, man? Fuck the cop. I didn't want to be that guy either. So
I know, but it just sounded like he was giving you a choice and you chose to like go along with it. It just sounded very cute.
Well, I was just trying to be polite and professional, and I didn't want to ruin my chance of becoming a cop at that time.
That's true, very smart.
At the same time, your ass is fucking sitting on the curb, and my entire truck is ransacked and the doors are open. So he takes me, puts me in the back of the police car, and I'm like, oh God, I've been here again. I've been here before.
You're like, feels like home.
So I gave Gio the keys, and awesome that Gio knows how to drive stick, so she gets to drive my truck home, and he pulls me in.
3 houses down.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He pulls me into the Alhambra City Jail, or the holding center. He takes me in there. He logs me into the information. He pulls me, and at this time I was trying to make small talk, and I found out he was in the army. So I just really wanted.
Wow, you connected with this guy.
I was trying to really establish with him that I really don't know what the fuck is going on. Anything that is crazy, I'm a changed man, and I'm not whatever this code says it is. I just want to let him know so that he doesn't freaking handcuff me and pepper spray my asshole.
Why does everything have to happen in your butthole region?
Because it's a very vulnerable area.
I know, but damn, they ain't like trying to do all that either.
I don't know. So he takes me in.
Sounds like a fantasy.
We had a conversation. He takes me in. We go to holding, and when I get to the holding center, he goes, yeah, this guy has the warrant. And I'm like, can you please tell me what it is? He goes, honestly, I don't know either. We've been trying to call El Monte and trying to figure out what code this is, but they're not picking up. And I'm like, fuck, of course they wouldn't pick up. It's 10 o'clock at night, like Friday or night or Saturday night or something like that. I'm like, God damn it. And then I had these shorts, these stupid drawstring shorts, and it was kind of baggy, but since they thought that I couldn't use the rope as a weapon, they have to eliminate all of that. So they cut the rope, and now my pants are all like about to fall down. So I have to like hold my pants up. I take my jacket so I don't hang myself, and they put me in holding. So holding, it looks just like a jail cell. It has the bars, there's 2 cement benches, and then there's this one open like urinal / stainless steel toilet type thing that really has no lid. So if someone pees on it, they're just gonna sit on their piss. He puts me in there. I'm in there with this one other bald cholo guy, and I look at him, I just go kind of give him a what's up, and he looks at me, gives me what's up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're just like sitting there, and I'm like, fuck, is what I see in the movies gonna happen? Is as soon as I close my eyes, this guy's just gonna come and choke me.
Wow.
For no reason, or try to shank me.
You're in holding. You're in a freaking jail. You're not in prison.
I don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm like laying there, and I'm just like keeping one eye open. I'm just to make sure nothing happens. So I can go home to my mom bear later at night.
Oh.
And I'm just looking at him. I'm like, this guy better not try anything fancy. 'Cause I'm gonna whoop his ass. And then eventually, I couldn't keep it open, so I fell asleep.
Cut to 2 minutes later.
So I fell asleep, but then I woke up because it was really cold in there. They had like the AC on or something. And I'm like, fuck, this is fucking cold. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, and then now it's at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and I see him bring all these drunk girls. I see him bring like this really belligerent clown. They bring this clown in, and I'm like, fuck. Is this the scum of the city? Is this what happens at 2 a.m.?
A clown?
Yeah, a fucking clown gets taken in. They're all throwing cells. I saw like these 2 lesbians. I saw this girl in a club attire outfit, you know, like a tube thing. I saw some cholas get pulled in. I'm like, this is crazy. So this is what 2 a.m. in a city jail looks like.
No wonder they're so mean. They gotta deal with some scummy people.
Yeah, and then finally at 4 a.m. I guess Almani called back, and they pulled me out. I got to call Gio to come pick me up. I'm like, hey, you can finally come pick me up. Good thing she was still awake at 4 a.m. And finally, they got the answer, and they answered, and we found out what the code was. So I'm like, what is the code?
What's the fucking commotion all about?
Yeah, what was this whole ordeal behind?
All these tax dollars going to? What am I paying for?
So the code was attached to the Almani Humane Society, which is an animal shelter. So what happened was, Tyson, he got loose like a long time ago or something, and he didn't have his tags, or I didn't pay for his tags for that year, and it just kept rolling and rolling and rolling, and then so it just got compounded, and finally that thing turned into a warrant for me. So I ended up getting arrested because of my stupid fucking dog. And I was like, oh my god, this is fuck. You know how like in jail they always have those stories of, so what are you in here for?
I know.
Like, I killed some. What are you in here for? I set a building on fire. And for me, it's like, what are you in here for? I forgot to pay the tax for my dog. So.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and so finally at 4 a.m. when she came and picked me up, like, I can only imagine what she was thinking, because she barely knows me at the time. So I could only imagine, like, fuck, I thought I knew Bart for the last 4 years, but now that we're dating, like, all this crazy ass shit comes out. So I can only imagine what she was thinking. So that was my story. To hear her story, make sure you go on her channel over here. And if you like any of these more of our personal stories, let us know in the comments below. More stories about Bart and Gio.
We got a lot of stories.
We have a shit ton.
It's stupid.
So, lesson of the day. Number 1,
Pay your tags.
pay your tags for everything, including your dog. It doesn't matter how small it is. And number 2, don't run any stop signs and obey all traffic regulations.
Especially when you're on a date.
Yeah, don't be Mr. Cool Guy.
Yeah.
Peace. I really don't believe in weddings.
What don't you believe about them?
I feel like that when you really like someone, you don't need a piece